What is going on, everyone? It's Hayden here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a, follow-up video to my first one on the Midland Community Garden. Now, it's been a few months since I did my last one. Not a few months, actually, only a month and a bit, but man, have things changed. So let's go ahead and go over the whole garden one more time, and let's go now. Let's start at the front of the garden like we did last time. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to show footage here of what it used to look like, but man, have things really blown up this month. I mean, it has been hot. We haven't had a lot of rain, but things have just exploded in the garden. These peas over here are doing absolutely amazing, which is really nice to see. Over at my place, I'm already getting peas. Oh, there's some right here, snap peas growing through. What else do we have? We've got some dill here, which is really starting to grow. Over on this garden bed, we've got tons of greens that are coming through. Lots of kale. This kale looks amazing. Looks like really good kale. The tomatoes here are coming through really nicely. You've got your, oh gosh, the spice. I know it, you guys know it. I want to say cilantro, not cilantro. It'll come to me later. It's doing really well too, along with your Swiss chard. Over on this end here, I don't know what these are called. Maybe you guys could help me. If anyone knows what these berries are, that'd be super helpful. I have no clue what they are. They're not like a blueberry. Maybe they're Saskatoon berries. Maybe that's what they are. I don't know. I've been eating them and I'm not dead yet. So there's something. So we've got them all along here. And then we've got our cherry bushes that have just really started to explode with cherries. Look at the amount of cherries that we're getting on these bushes. All in here, there's tons and tons. This entire row here, probably 40 feet, is all Romeo and Juliet cherry bushes, like I talked about the first time. Let's check out our garlic bed. The garlic's really coming along nicely. This is a hugel mound, so there's wood piled up underneath here, then dirt. All the garlic is coming on really well. Got some of the spindles here that I was told you're supposed to take those off. You can cook with these. They still taste like garlic. They're really good. All of our wildflowers are just doing amazing. I mean, the amount of bees that are around here is just perfect. God, I forget what I called these last time. I don't remember if they're daylilies. I do not remember what they are. But if we look at the footage from the last video, this was so small. The grass here was way down here and it's just exploded. I just found out what these are today and I already forget what they're called. But what I know is that they are part of Earl Grey tea. I don't remember what exactly they're called again, but they're one of the leaves that you use in Earl Grey tea, one of the herbs that you use. Got some butterflies going here. Our milkweed all flowered and it looks beautiful. Back over here we have again all of our cherry bushes. Tons and tons of them. Herbs are doing amazing. Just awesome. The asparagus is done now, unfortunately, but they're all going to seed now. Growing up nice and big and tall. And I know you guys remember that over here, this is again our more modern area. And then as we work our way over here, or I should say more modern, over that way is a more traditional area. The middle is where it starts to get a little bit crazy. And then over here is the food forest section. This is the section I'm in charge of. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, again, I don't know why I keep saying that because I'll show you the footage, but I've recently mulched all the paths to make sure that you can actually walk all along here and there's no weeds coming up, which is a huge added benefit. And it's crazy how mulch makes such a big difference. We had all this mint here that was completely flooding over into the middle. Luckily, I've just by simply going through and I picked all the mint and then mulched over top, and all I did is I did the chop and drop method where I picked it and laid it back down and I put all this mulch down, and that was about 2 weeks ago that I did that, and it hasn't come up since, which is really nice. The apple trees are all starting to fruit. I realized that I remember I had a question last time when I was doing this video. I wasn't sure if they were all apple trees or not, but I now know that every tree that they have here is an apple tree. In my design plan that I created for this, I decided that I would add some more trees instead of just apples, because I think it's kind of a waste just to have apple trees. I really enjoy pears, for example, or plums, anything to get more variety going. More flowers. I want to show you guys the strawberry patch, because the strawberries, they're coming to an end now. They're pretty much all ripened. But there's white strawberries here that I don't know if any of you have seen it. I just made a video about white strawberries and why you should be planting them. But here's a white strawberry that's fully ripe. You can tell because it's squishy. That's ready to be eaten. And they're so delicious. They're honestly better tasting than the red strawberries, the regular strawberries. We've got more of our milkweed. You can see the honeybees here are loving them. I tried to convince them here to actually put a honeybee hive over in that corner. One of the issues that we're running into is liability, because this is a community garden based in a township-owned park. They are a little bit worried about the liability of having something like that, because if somebody gets stung and dies, then there's an issue. This is our Three Sisters bed. I made these a couple weeks ago, got them all planted. So it's a little bit different. It's not exactly the amount of plants that I'd want. I don't know if this corn will do well at all, because there is such a small amount of corn. Generally, corn, in order for corn to pollinate, it needs to be put in larger rows. It needs more corn. But these are also different varieties of corn, so maybe that'll help. So our Three Sisters are beans, corn. The corn's supposed to come up, and the beans are supposed to attach onto the corn and work their way up. And over here we've got what I believe is squash. Rhubarb's coming to an end. I didn't show you guys this last time, I don't think, but these are honeyberries. All of our honeyberries are pretty much coming to an end here. There's maybe one or two. They're delicious. I absolutely love them. They're pretty bitter tasting. Some people don't really like them. I'm trying to find if there's any here that are okay to eat. But they've got a really weird look to them. I got my strawberries still, but they have a weird look to them, but they're absolutely delicious, and they're doing really well here. I mulched all around the edges of them to make sure that they were actually, they weren't getting taken over by all the wildflowers. So that's that. If you guys want to see more of these videos, more updates of the community garden, I'll definitely do some. One thing I wanted to say, guys, is that this forest here, this community, or this is the food forest part, and also the community garden part, but the food forest part never gets watered. So I just want to point that out. Except for the Three Sisters that just got planted, you can see that there was the tubs in there to help with planting. I'll show you again. That's what these tomato ketchup containers are for. Flipped upside down, cut open, is to do more direct watering, so you can water directly into the soil to get right to the root. They are the only things on this side that actually gets watered, but even that, they probably don't really need it, because there's about 4 inches of mulch laid on top of here, and the soil is really moist. And I don't know when the last time this has been watered, but I just know that that's super moist, and I know it hasn't been watered for probably a few days. That's one of the key parts of having a food forest and the biodiversity within it, is that you don't really need to water a whole lot, if any. Forests themselves don't get watered. They use the shade in order to kind of help them with that. And also all the fallen debris. Things like the mulch here, which is really going to help retain the moisture within the food forest. None of these have been watered, and we haven't gotten water now for, again, we're going on to 2.5 weeks of just heavy heat. Finally gonna get some water this week though. Again, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know in the comment section down below. If there's anything that you want to see specifically, please let me know. This is my first time doing videos on food forests. I'm going to take you over to my house for the next video and show you the food forest that I'm just creating, along with the plan that I have and eventually what it's going to look like. So anyway, guys, again, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.